Hi guys, I'm Denny, and I started a Sunday Jam because I've noticed lately that people tend to go to colleges and universities without actually knowing why they're there. Afterwards, starting jobs that are unfulfilling. So I'm interviewing different professionals to see what they have to say and share their knowledge and experience with you. I hope you enjoy it. Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. This episode is going to be a little bit more different, as you saw in the title of the episode. The whole point of this program, this podcast, however you want to call it, is to show good examples or sometimes even bad examples and how people react in different situations, how they act in different situations, and the moral of this story. As you already saw the title, I got blocked on LinkedIn. Honestly, I've never heard in my life somebody get banned on LinkedIn. This was pretty different. People get suspended on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter all the time. Obviously not Rumble and Gap because those are different platforms. But I haven't personally, that's for me, and I've been on LinkedIn for like more than 10 years, I think 11, 12 years, something like that. So it was shocking when I found out about that. And I want to use this as an example. And before anybody says or thinks about something, just want to clear the air a little bit. I am not disputing their decision because this is their house. If they don't want me over there, I'm not going to be over there. I have no, if somebody doesn't want you in their home, you have no right to complain about it. No, but the reason for this episode is different. I understand that they don't want me over there. The reason they blocked me, first, let's start with that, is because, as you know, the channel is the base purpose is to show examples because people tend to go, as I say in the intro and during the episode so many times, they tend to go to this system as college and educational system and universities without actually knowing why they're following this stigma that you have to go over there and you have to have a piece of paper so that you can secure your life. And it takes a lot of time, sometimes a lot of money too. Those are resources that could have been invested in a proper way. And if you've seen this channel, you can see how many examples I have like that. And as I've said multiple times, I am not against universities and colleges. I myself went there, right? So if I had a problem with the colleges or universities in general, I, I would have told you. I don't. I just don't want to see people lose their time. That's it. That's the whole thing. And I was told that this is not the purpose of having a LinkedIn account because most of my guests are people from LinkedIn. And this is why most of my viewership was in LinkedIn. I had over there, um, excuse me, I had about almost, I think, 5,000 followers, which isn't a lot, but it's still pretty good, especially for a network like LinkedIn. Um, and again, this is why I wanted to highlight this. When they restricted my account, they didn't restrict my work. And I told them that I'm not exactly okay with, because the following was getting pretty big. The episodes were viewed often. Like I rarely had an episode that didn't have at least 2,000 views. Right. So it was getting bigger. And before they shut it down, first of all, I asked them if it's possible to remove the restrictions. They said that it's not. And it's a good moral of the story here. There are a couple of them here, but I just want to talk about this one first. Every time when you're in a bad situation or problematic situation, however you want to call it, no matter what, even if you're right, no matter what, always be polite. The moment you lose your nerve, it's the moment you're going to lose because you always have to be polite. You don't have to like the person in front of you. You must always be polite. That's it. It's really just like that. Don't lose your nerve. Don't lose your cool. Just be polite and make the best of it. So I was incredibly polite. In all fairness, I always am polite. But that's not really the point. The point is that I asked them to remove the restriction. They refused. And then I asked them to delete the page because I'm okay. Again, as I said in the beginning of this video, you don't want me in your home. That's fine. I'm not going to be in your home, but you can't keep my name and my work in your home and not me. So the whole concept was that if they don't want me over there, that's fine. But they kept my profile active. It's like that. And they kept my page active. And this is here lies the problem, because thousands of people are watching these videos, thousands of people are reacting to them, they are in contact with me, and by keeping that page active, you keep them waiting. So it's obviously the video that I'm making right now is not going to be on LinkedIn for obvious reasons, because I'm not there, right? But you cannot, if you don't want me, throw me out, that's fine. But you cannot keep my name and my page active. Not that it's a problem for me, but basically this is not ethical. And the reason I'm saying is because every social media is proud of how many users they have and how many pages and activities and stuff like that. Well, now you're lying, because you can't say that you have this amount of users when clearly one of them is just telling you that he's not there anymore. Yet the account is clickable and visible, and so is the page, which is not fine, at least from my perspective. This is the moral of the story. No matter what happens, always be polite and always be calm. You can be hot-headed, because it's going to be a problem. Another moral of the story. As I said, most of the guests, most of the guests that I had here were people that I found in LinkedIn. And how it went was I was looking for a specific profession, let's say, and specific amount of working hours, what they did over the time. And I was requesting connection. Most of the time it was granted. And basically I was telling them that I like their profile, I like what they did and how they did it. And if they want to share their experience with others, they're welcome on my program. This is how I did it. It's funny how, because I didn't know anything about podcasts, and I still don't, before I started this one. So I was asking them to join me for a Skype or Zoom interview. Sometimes they were fine with it, sometimes they weren't, right? My mistake was to go through LinkedIn, because I didn't know better. And I knew LinkedIn was a professional network. So I went over there to ask professionals to join the professionally oriented podcast, right? And this was my mistake. And I didn't realize it was a mistake before they canceled my account. And what I mean by this is people were in LinkedIn mostly because it's professionally oriented thing. They rarely bother about podcasts. They aren't, most of them, because my acceptance ratio was about 5%. If I ask 100 people, 5 of them said, yeah, I can join you for an interview. I have about 50 episodes right now, so you can imagine how many people I contacted. And I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know any better. And when they canceled my LinkedIn account, I found another page which was specifically for looking for podcast guests, and it's professionally oriented. So in a matter, of course, I lost the page with nearly 5,000 followers. So I have every reason to be a little bit disappointed. But when a door closes, the window's open, and you have zero reason, no matter what happened, you have zero reason to be angry about anything. It happens the way it should have happened, and it happened when the time was right. So you can be a little bit disappointed, but you can never be angry about anything, because it's just how life works, and it's perfect. Because in the end of the day, a lesson learned, and we still move on. With that said, I really hope this one was useful. Wish you all the best, and see you around, folks. Bye. Guys, I hope this one was useful. Please follow the channel on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Gap, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Ring the bell and all the good stuff. Have a nice week ahead, and I'll see you next Sunday.